Hey, what's up everyone? How's everyone feeling today? This is Mark Perry back at you with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about relationships and why it's important to build relationships when you're doing real estate and when you're investing in real estate and so forth. But before we dive right in, I want to let everyone know that go check out my ebook on Amazon. Great read. Shifting your mind from poverty to prosperity, and basically this book is about how to change the way you think. So if you have a lack mentality or a poverty mentality, you can change that thinking by having a prosperity consciousness. And when you change the way you think, you change the way you do things, you change the way you see things. So if you haven't already, feel free to go check out that book. Great book, great read, and I recommend, if you can see it, I recommend anyone check it out. But Shifting Your Mind from Poverty to Prosperity by Mark Perry. So that's all we got for today. So real quick, I want to dive into this video. And I want to share with you about why it's important to build relationships with individuals when you're in real estate and you're going through this journey in real estate and being an entrepreneur in real estate. Why that's important, why it's important to build relationships. The reason why it's important is because number one, you can't do the deals yourself. You know, you have to understand like, okay, now unless you got a buku money, but even with that, you still want to leverage. You still want to use banks' money. Even if you got a lot of money, you still want to use other people's money because it's just more leverage. It's more opportunities that can come your way, and you can expand more when you use leverage. But you can't do this yourself. You're always gonna have to take on partners, either if you're joint venturing on a wholesale deal, or if you're raising capital from other limited partners, or if you're doing a JV, or whatever the case may be. You wanna make sure that you got great relationships with anyone and everyone that you have contact with. It doesn't matter about situations and circumstances or past experiences. It's all about building relationships with everyone that I come across. Doing the right thing with everyone that I come across. You know, that's what makes our relationship strong, even if we don't even do any business together. Because I know a ton of people right now that I done built great relationships with, but I never even did business with them yet. I haven't did no business with them yet, but they can always come back and connect with me because our great conversations that we had over the past couple of years. We had great conversations, we had great connections, and I know that those guys or ladies can perform just as well as I can perform and do great things as well. So we always keep that culture of great relationships and understanding each other and understanding our vision and our goals and what we're trying to accomplish in the real estate game. So the relationships are very important because, you know, you can raise capital, like I mentioned, you can do joint ventures, but also as well, you want to be able to have this relationship for long term. It's a long-term process. So anytime that you're doing real estate, I don't care if it's flipping houses or if you're wholesaling, if you're in this for the long game, you want to continue to build long-term relationships. If you're buying and holding and you're raising capital from other investors, or if you're getting money from the bank, you want to be able to have relationships with banks, but also relationships with your limited partners as well, because this is a long-term game. The game for me is long-term. So I'm looking at everything from a long-term perspective. So you never want to burn bridges. You never want to do any of that because you want to look at this from the long-term game. And that's with everyone that you connect with, even if they're a big well or a small well. It doesn't matter what situation or where they're at right now in the real estate game. You just want to make sure that you treat everybody respectful and understanding as you want to be treated as yourself, because it doesn't matter, because you never know who you might run across. And that's my thinking every single time that I connect with individuals. I want to make sure that I have a great relationship with the individuals that I connect with. And it doesn't matter what level they are on. There's always some way that I can add value, or if there's not a way we can add value, then you can go part ways, but you go away in a good way. You know, that happens before too, and that happens sometimes as well. You know, you might connect with somebody and y'all might not see eye to eye. That's okay. Just part ways, and you know, maybe later y'all can catch up and do something different. You know, so just keep that in mind. But you always want to have those relationships. You always want to make sure that you make it a win-win for everyone. You know, like if you're dealing with a seller and you're also dealing with a buyer, and if you're trying to wholesale the deal, whether it's residential or commercial, you want to make it a win-win. It can't just be about yourself. You know, everybody at the table at the closing has to win. Everybody has to be happy. I got a few deals that I'm working on right now. Each deal that I'm working on right now, everybody's happy. Everybody's like what they got. Everybody knows what they're getting. I know what I'm getting. They know what they're getting. Everybody's happy. So when we go to the closing table, everybody wins. We move forward and we find the next deal and we present it again. But that's just what makes a relationship stronger, because people want to do business with people that, number one, they like and they trust, but they're easy to work with. You don't want to do business with people where it's tough to work with. You got to go through a lot of loops to get in touch with this person. These things do happen, but you always want to be able to wing those people out, and you want to be able to build relationships with individuals that straight up, that can come with you correctly, and they understand you and you understand them, and you guys are both on the same page. You was upfront with everything, and that's how you want to build relationships with people, because the goal is friendship, but not also friendship, but also building business relationships. For I can do business with you over and over and over again. If I did great the first 3 times that we closed deals, then you're going to always continue to go to me. And even if you don't come, and it's funny because even if that buyer can't find deals, he might not even be looking for deals. He might just be waiting on me. And the reason why he's waiting on me is because I got a great relationship with him. He can connect with me. He can relate with me. I'm honest. I'm upfront. And that's the goal. That's the biggest key. Just be honest and be upfront about your feed. Be honest and upfront about the deal. Be honest and upfront about what you know about the deal. Just be honest and upfront. Let them do their due diligence. If the price comes back and it's a little lower, that's okay. You present it and you go from there. You make it work. You try to make it to where it's a win-win for the seller and also a win-win for the buyer. And then you get conversated in the middle as well. Because the more that you do that, the more that you're sincere with yourself, but also other people. And then they'll continue to come back to you regardless of anything. So that's the biggest takeaway from this. So let me recap based off what we talked about. Always remember that if you're going to go into real estate, if you're going to do real estate, remember, real estate is a people's business. You got to be able to get along with people. You got to be able to build relationships with people. You got to be willing to talk to people. You got to go out there and just be yourself, be authentic, but just be the businesswoman or the man that you desire to be. And the more sincere that you are with yourself, the more sincere that other people will reflect that and see that from you. And the more that you'll continue to do business. Because another thing as well that I didn't jump on is that people like to see entrepreneurs that number one, think outside the box, but also they look at everything as a good outcome. Hey man, it's gonna work out. Things are gonna be great. They wanna see that from people. They don't wanna always see a person like, oh, there's not enough deals out there. There's not this, there's not that. You're too negative. You're too negative about real estate in general, and that can affect you from not closing any deals. So you wanna be positive towards deals that's out there. You wanna be positive towards deals, but you also wanna be positive towards other people. The people that you connect with, in your mind, keep them positive. The deals that you connect with, keep it positive. I don't care what somebody says about there's not enough deals, people always doing this, that. I don't care what they say. All I know is what I say to myself and how I view people. So the more that I view people this way, the more that positive influence is gonna come my way. So if I'm viewing good deals, if I'm telling myself that there's good deals out there, there's plenty of opportunities, I always make things a win-win. Good things always work out for me. Wonderful people flow into my life. Wonderful people come into my life. Then the more I say it, the more it's going to reflect back to me. Just as well as there's plenty of opportunities, it will reflect back to me. But the opposite is the same way. If you're saying there's not enough deals out there, if you're saying people can go behind you, if you're saying these things and you believe it, then yes, that's what's going to happen. So you have to be very, very, very aware of what you're saying about people, environments, and situations and circumstances about anything. And I believe this to be true because this happened to me in the past. Now what I know now is different because I understand how the mind works. So remember that real estate is a people's business. You be nice to people, people reflect that back to you. There's good opportunities, the opportunities will come to you. Just keep in mind that you always got to be a people's person and look at everything on the good side of everything. So that's all I got for today, guys. I hope that this video helps. And if you haven't already, feel free, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting more content out there about how you can invest in real estate, how you can get involved in real estate with little or to no money down. And also, when you get involved into real estate, how you can become a better person into real estate and how you can create more wealth and prosperity in real estate by your inner talking and inner conversations and how you view people, environment, situations, and circumstances. So that's my tip today, guys. I hope everyone has a blessed day, and I'll see everyone soon. Thank you.